the clock is ticking. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio issued a stark warning. The U.S. will abandon its peacemaking efforts in Ukraine within days unless concrete progress toward a settlement materializes. This declaration marks the clearest indication yet of the White House's willingness to walk away from diplomatic negotiations to end the brutal war. The ultimatum comes after a month of escalating tensions. Ukraine, in a gesture of good faith, unconditionally accepted a U.S.-proposed 30-day ceasefire. However, the Kremlin, showing a blatant disregard for peace initiatives, rejected the proposal and launched a renewed offensive along the extensive 600-mile front line. This renewed aggression has been accompanied by a horrifying surge in air attacks targeting Ukrainian civilians and critical infrastructure. The recent bombing of Sumy, a city reduced to rubble, serves as a chilling testament to the Kremlin's callous disregard for human life. The attack claimed 35 lives and left 117 injured, leaving a trail of devastation and grief in its wake. Since President Trump's return to the White House in January, the situation has dramatically deteriorated. The administration has significantly curtailed U.S. military assistance to Ukraine, temporarily halting crucial intelligence sharing. Adding fuel to the fire, Trump has falsely accused President Zelensky and President Biden of initiating the conflict, while conspicuously refraining from criticizing Vladimir Putin or imposing any sanctions on Russia. This disturbing passivity is further underscored by senior U.S. officials, including Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who echoed Kremlin propaganda during recent talks with Putin in St. Petersburg. Amid this turbulent landscape, Ukrainian President Zelensky navigates a delicate diplomatic tightrope. He seeks to mend ties with the Trump administration while simultaneously resisting White House demands to allocate revenue from a newly established joint minerals fund towards the cost of weapons supplied by the Biden administration. This controversial minerals deal holds significant strategic implications, potentially alleviating a critical shortfall of rare earth minerals for U.S. weapons manufacturers. This shortfall was exacerbated by China's restricted exports in response to Trump's escalating trade war, creating a dangerous dependency that this deal aims to mitigate. The horrifying images from Sumy, where 2 Iskander missiles struck the city center on Palm Sunday, one impacting a Congress center, the other exploding near a crowded bus stop and university buildings, underscore the urgent need for a resolution. The devastation is palpable, the human cost immeasurable. Rubio's ultimatum adds a layer of urgency to an already critical situation, leaving the international community anxiously awaiting the next move and questioning the future trajectory of this devastating conflict. The world watches with bated breath, uncertain of what the coming days will bring, but acutely aware of the potential for further escalation and suffering. The impending decision by the U.S. administration will undoubtedly shape the course of the war and determine the fate of millions. The weight of this decision and its potential consequences cannot be overstated.